Community Viewpoint with John Pollock and Maria Hurst.
Hi, good afternoon. I am your host tonight for the first segment, Maria Hurst. How are you? I am so happy to be back, and thank you so much for tuning in. So today's segment, we're going to talk to a very special young lady named Gennice Walker, and she is a youth worker here in town for the Nye Community Coalition, and she's been in our town a little under a year, and so we're going to talk to her and find out what she likes about our town and what she's doing and a little bit about the programs that she's working with. So let's meet Gennice. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I was like, do you want to come on? And she said yes, and so this is Gennice. So tell me, why did you come to Pahrump?
We moved here for family.
Okay, to be with some family. And what are you doing right now? You're in school, you're working on your diploma. Okay.
And I'm also currently working for Human Health Service and WIC.
Okay, through the Youth Works program.
Through
Nye Community Coalition. That's awesome. I also work for WIC. Those of you who know me, hopefully most of you know that. WIC is a supplemental nutrition program for women, infants, and children under 5. And it's a U.S. Department of Agriculture program that gives grants to each state, and then the state provides grants to programs to run the program, basically. And it was started in 1971. It's piloted in 1971, and it went national in 1974, 75. And it has since its inception, it has been improving the outcomes of births, better birth weights, healthier children when they arrive into kindergarten. And it was started as an extension of the school lunch program. Did you know that?
No. That's
yeah. So most everybody has heard of the school lunch program. So it was started as an extension because they were finding that once kids got to kindergarten, all these deficiencies in their nutrition had already happened, when they were young. And so by providing health screenings, nutrition counseling, and free food, healthy food, to families, they could nip that in the bud a little bit and help get those kids healthy when they start kindergarten, and then the school lunch program would take over. You've been kind of seeing some of that, the services that we offer there, and we're also, our WIC office, Nye County WIC, that's located at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard, Suite 100. We're also in the same office as Public Health and Clinical Services, or Public and Behavioral Health, the Community Health Nurse's Office, where Libby Hamrick provides services to the community. If you have Medicaid or uninsured for immunizations, TB tests, things like that, we're joined with her. So Libby is able to do all of our hemoglobin, and Gennice is able to help us with some of that paperwork and getting people taken. We have a great playroom that she takes the kids back if they're waiting for immunizations for Libby or waiting for WIC services. She's able to help them. And so you've been able to see some of the service, like, getting those kids those immunizations and being able to take walk-ins. Gennice will come to one of the workers and ask, if we can take a walk-in. And we usually are able to take most walk-ins and, for services or get you an appointment near, the near future. So you're getting to see some of the work we're doing with the kids. And what do you think about that?
I think it's really great. I never noticed those type of programs back in Missouri because I wasn't very aware of them until I got this work experience from the coalition. But I think it's great what you guys are doing, though.
That's awesome, and we're really happy to have you there. And it also provides us an opportunity to help you experience, different jobs. And I think that the coalition, I love them. I can't say enough good things about the coalition. And there's lots of youth workers, and the youth workers are placed in different offices and different businesses and offices around town.
Yeah.
So do you know of any of the other places that the youth workers are placed?
I think there is, I'm not quite sure, don't quote me. There is, I think there's a law office that they were working with, which I was going to go to.
Okay.
But then
we got you, and we got lucky.
Yeah, snatched me up.
Yeah. So So you guys, and the coalition like works with you, works on you're helping you work on your diploma, helping you get some work experience.
And
then,
grants for
and then
paying
they'll
for
take,
college books and stuff like that. They're really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and then they can take over and like also like lead you into that college experience too once you get to that point. So I'm really happy that you're working with us. And what's your favorite thing about Pahrump so far since you've been here?
Well, I really love your guys' mountain views and everything. I went mountain climbing for my birthday recently, and it was amazing. I loved it so much. It was awesome.
So what kinds of things did you see up there?
Well, a lot of just broken rocks mainly, but it was the sky was just beautiful. Though we did see some like paw prints, and once we got back down to the bottom of the mountain, we saw 2 wild horses, which I thought was really cool because we don't have that in Missouri. We got lots of farms, but it's great.
Well, it's not just ours, it's yours now too. You're part of the community and you're here. So, and we're keeping you. So,
All right.
yeah. So, how are we doing on time? Lots of time?
About 8 minutes.
Oh, we have lots of time. Okay. So let's talk about some of the things you're learning like in your work experience. So, I mean, you're learning customer service skills. You're learning, office machines, and you're a youth, 19 years old, and I think there's some workers that are even 17, 18, and 19, and so coming into work in an office, ours is a government office, so you're getting to do, office machines and phones and charting, like pulling charts and how to protect private information.
Yes.
Definitely customer service because you're at the door, first line greeting people. You're learning computer skills. So, I mean, it's great. And how are you feeling about all that? Are you feeling like you're catching on and it's really benefiting, that it's going to benefit you as you go on?
Yes, I definitely enjoy it. I think it's benefiting me a lot because, especially since I'm wanting to go to college for business and management. So
Okay.
it takes those skills to go up further into what I'm wanting to go into. And so, yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay. And about how many hours do they award you when you first started the program? Basically, how long do we get to keep you?
I think it's close to 300.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I
Okay.
was 2 weeks volunteer in the beginning, so I could have some kind of volunteer credentials on my resume, and they help you build that too. So.
Okay, so you're doing resume building. So that's great. So and you're doing half time on your school. So half a day on school and half a day on work, which is great. I remember in high school, I did that in my junior year. I did that. I did, the first half, and then I did cosmetology school in the afternoon.
That's
But they don't have that here. So, well, we're glad though, because then you get to come work with us. And then you can move on to your business management. And I believe Great Basin is a great resource too. So, you know what, I didn't bring any of my contacts. I know the phone number at WIC because I'm there. So if you want to get a hold of WIC and you have a child under 5 or you're pregnant, we provide services to pregnant women and infants, breastfeeding women, and children under 5. And the phone number there is 775-727-4884, extension 1 for Paula and 2 for me. And, or you just come in at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard, Suite 100, and Gennice will greet you.
Yeah.
And we'll get you checked in, we'll get you an appointment. And our income limits, a lot of people, just over the years that I've been there, a lot of people will ask, well, I'm working, I don't think I'm going to qualify because I'm working. I just want to be clear, and Gennice knows this, that WIC is not a welfare program. It's a U.S. Department of Agriculture nutrition program. And it's the same, not the same, but it's under the same kind of nutrition guidelines as the school lunch program. It's not a welfare program. It's a nutrition program. But we take it a step further and we provide health screenings and nutrition education. So, and I think you've learned a little bit about
Yeah.
nutrition since you've been there. So what's your favorite thing that you've learned since you've been there?
My favorite thing that I've learned since being there is the different types of steps you can take towards getting healthier if you're not quite sure how, if you know that you've been kind of leading in an unhealthy way, like there's different steps that WIC can help you with when you are deciding to get towards the healthier place. And they have, I think you have a nutritionist that comes in.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And that's a great service that we offer. Tanya is our state nutritionist right now, and she comes in once a month, and it's free. If you had to pay to see a nutritionist, I mean, you would pay anywhere from $50 to $200 an hour to meet with them. There's a lot of nutritionists that work for hospitals and doctors' offices, and they're pricey, but she's free. So if you're a WIC client, you can see the nutritionist for free. And I want to point out that, and I think we just have a couple minutes left, but I want to point out that Gennice picked up on something that we talk about at our seminars at WIC, and it's called stages of change. And she picked that out and said, if you're not ready and you want to find out the steps, that's a stage of change. And so she picked up on that, and that's what that is. And that's exactly what we can guide someone through. And, you know, what are you ready to do? And baby steps forward, you know, for some people, and some people go all in, you know, I'm ready to do all of this now. And it's just toward, you know, helping you, you know, get towards a healthier lifestyle. If you want information on physical activity, if you want information on family meals, on breastfeeding, on infant feeding, you know, and also a really important part before we close out is immunizations. We have immunizations that Libby Hamrick from the community health nurse, and their phone number is 751-7070. If you make a WIC appointment, you can make an immunization appointment for your child, and we can do that at the same appointment. So you don't have to do two separate appointments for those two things. So we can do simultaneous WIC and immunizations. So give us a call. Or go and meet Gennice, our youth worker. And thank you for allowing me to introduce her to the community. And if you want any information more, go to the Nye Community Coalition. If you want information on the Youth Works program, or if you want information on WIC, or the community health nurse, or the Health and Human Services across the hall either, come to 1981 East Calvada Boulevard, number 100. And stay tuned, because John will be coming up next. Are we just about out? All right. Good night, everyone.